The love creation and healing in comparison. First of all, the direction is totally opposite. With the healing, we begin with the earthly parts of our personality. That means the inner family as psyche and the body. And there the healing begins and goes on to the divine love. The other way around, it's with the love creation. There we start in the wholeness of the universe and then lead the love energy into the earthly structures. First of all, into the own inner family and the body, and from there to others too. And therefore, even the feeling of the love energy is totally different while the healing and later when there is the love creation. I will begin with the inner child. The inner child is more or less deathly in a personality. It depends how much injuries are there. And through this healing, the inner child becomes more and more lively. This is felt as happiness because of this being in the world, because of the living. Therefore, the inner child feels happiness while the healing. In the love creation, it's different because now the universal energy flows into the inner child, and the inner child is the basis of living, and that's love. The basis is love, and therefore in the inner child love is felt. It's different with the inner woman. The inner woman feels disappointment and guilt at the beginning. Sometimes she also feels love when the universal love energy flows at the border of her to others. It depends on if there is the connection to the love energy at all. As soon as the inner woman is healed and connected with the divine love, totally connected, so that the divine love can flow directly into the inner woman, then the inner woman feels happiness. So the inner woman feels happiness, and if the love flows through her to others, love too. Altogether, the inner child and the inner woman changed their feelings, you can say. At the beginning, with the healing, the inner child feels happiness and the inner woman maybe love. And as soon as the love creation begins, the inner child is the part that feels the love, and the inner woman feels the happiness and love too. With the inner man, while there is the healing, his importance is in demarcation, because people are hurt by injuries with their borders. And therefore, the main part of the inner man in healing is demarcation. When the love energy flows through the inner man, then he has to manifestate the soul task. Therefore, the focus is on manifestation, handling the love energy, the directness to create things. But both this creating and the demarcation are important in both situations, for healing and for love creation. So you can say the inner man doesn't change this much as the inner child and the inner woman. It's more that the focus changes from demarcation to creating. The next point is how you do the healing and the love creation. The healing begins with the earthly parts of the personality and with these separate parts, and it works very directly and tries to eliminate the blockades for healing, of course. And for this, there is the help of this mirror law. I think you've heard of this esoteric mirror law. That means that your awareness is mirrored from the outside. And most of all, it's the unconscious awareness. Everything that is in your consciousness will be mirrored so that you can learn what you haven't seen so far. And that's meant with this esoteric mirror law. It helps your development. As soon as you are in this love creation, this mirror law doesn't work anymore because it's not necessary anymore. There is no unconscious awareness anymore. You have total awareness and you are conscious of your whole earthly psyche and the love flow and everything. So it's not necessary anymore. Instead of this mirror law, you create the love now. And that means that you lead the universal love energy into your own personality, very consciously into your own personality, and from there on to others. For example, as I've already told you, with female spirituality principle to inner man, and with male spirituality to the inner woman people, so that you create the love energy in the earthly world. And therefore, altogether, we can say the healing is the way to full consciousness. And if you are there, then you start with the love creation, and that's the aim of the spiritual development.